How's it going? Welcome to the Beginner's Guide to Anime Dimensions mini-series. Let's be honest, Anime Dimensions is a complex game. There's no tutorial to explain any of the game mechanics, so new players are left out of the loop. So in this series, I will be talking about some things that new players should know when starting Anime Dimensions. Let's begin. Anime Dimensions is a raid simulator. Sorry, I had to get that joke off my chest. In reality, Anime Dimensions is an anime-themed dungeon crawler in which you can play as anime characters in anime worlds. The gameplay is similar to VCaFe's Dungeon Quest, but instead of getting stronger from armor and weapons, you get stronger by using cards, pets, and accessories. And other things, but we'll talk about those later. Make sense? Good. In Anime Dimensions, there are 6 different game modes that you can play for cards and other stat-boosting goodies. Dimensions can give you characters, cards, and accessories. Raids give you the same thing as Dimensions, however, the only 2 rarities of cards you can find in raids are legends and mythics, depending on the raid, of course. Boss Rush only gives you mythical stuff and 4 characters. Infinite only gives you accessories and cards. Speed Raid only gives you currencies, and Time Challenge only gives you cards. Dimensions are the main game mode in Anime Dimensions. In Dimensions, players are tasked with killing all enemies in each and every room. About halfway through the dimension, and at the end of the same dimension, there are bosses. Kill the last boss in the dimension, and you win the run and get rewards. You can also play these in the hardcore game mode, or the hardcore modifier, for an extra drop, but I would avoid this at first since it makes the whole run harder. In Time Challenge, the player is tasked with killing as many enemies in 8 minutes as they can. At the end of the 8 minutes, players get a card for every 100 enemies killed. This game mode is a great way of getting leveled cards in the event you're struggling on completing a specific dimension. In the boss raid, players are given 8 minutes to do as much damage to the boss as they can. The more damage one does to the boss, the more rewards they get. Players are also rewarded with a damage boost for the amount of players that are in a party when the game starts. These are available to play at the beginning of every hour. In the speed raid, the player is tasked with killing a raid boss as fast as possible. Speed raids are available exactly 1 hour after your last played speed raid. The boss rush mode is just like the speed raid mode, except you have to kill 3 bosses, as opposed to 1, as fast as possible. This mode is only available while you have boss rush tickets. Now let's take a detour and talk about the many different currencies that exist in the game. As of right now, there is gold, gems, raid tokens, rush tokens, trait tokens, shadow tokens, and awakening gems. Almost as many currencies as Genshin Impact. Gold is used to upgrade cards to make them stronger, but we'll talk about card stats here later. Gems are used to purchase a wide variety of objects. They can be used to buy characters, costumes, pets, boss rush tickets, and for awakening certain characters. Raid tokens are like gems, but they have more uses. With raid tokens, you can buy characters, costumes, cards, accessories, pets, traits, boss rush tickets, and are also needed to awaken certain characters. You can also level up lower level cards to your current level using raid tokens. Raid tokens can be obtained in many different places. To name a couple of them, you can get them from the speed raid, you can get them from the boss raid, and you get about 20 of them every day whenever you log in. Rush tokens are only obtainable in the boss rush mode and can be used to buy anything that is droppable in the boss rush mode. Trait tokens are only obtainable through the infinite mode and are only used to roll for different traits on characters. Shadow tokens can only be obtained by completing the speed raid a certain number of times per week and occasionally through the battle passes. With shadow tokens, you can buy costumes, characters, and pets, although it is highly recommended that you save every single one of these until you have enough to get the character Shadow Monarch. Awakening gems are used to awaken characters like Rengoku and Kirito, and that's literally their only use. Now let's talk about card stats. In Anime Dimensions, there are 6 rarities of cards, and every card has a base amount of health and attack, with the base and max numbers getting higher the rarer the cards are. For example, legends would be stronger than commons, with mythicals being the strongest. So with this information, using 3 mythical cards is what you want to aim for. But with all the cards, minus common cards, there are extra stats that you can get that will allow you to get more out of your cards. These stats are called substats, and they can be seen in your inventory when the card is selected. There are many substats in the game. Some of them give you extra HP, others give you extra damage. All of them will help you out at the stage of the game, but you should be keeping your eyes open for 5 specific substats. Attack, critical chance, critical damage, cooldown reduction, and assist cooldown reduction. These 5 substats are what will maximize your damage the most. Watch out for those 5 substats on cards. But cards aren't the only items that have substats. Pets and accessories are also capable of having them. Pets with the epic and higher rarities are the only ones with substats. So if you can, get a legendary pet to start off. In the next episode, we're going to start talking about characters. The next video in the series will be here at the top, but alternatively, if you want to go learn about some pro player tips, then click on the video on the bottom. Either way, thanks for watching.